Hello, beloved, welcome. This will be your message from the divine. This will be your message from the divine. I'm grateful for your time. To those keen or interested, I offer personal readings. If you want to book me for a personal reading, you'll find my email listed in my description box below. Without further ado, let us tap into the energy, let us tap into the reading, let us tap into this message here. So somebody is afraid of you, or people are afraid of you. A few, plenty. Take it out, applies, take it out, resonates for your world, life, and reality. But you are somebody that is feared. Everybody that comes into contact with you somehow, you always leave that stench or that signature of fear, where they don't know how to act or what to feel and think. But it's all based on fear. You have people biting their tongue or acting dumb or being in a situation or energy or scenario or predicament of pretending that something is not what it seems, but it is. These are people that want to connect with you. They want to be important in your life. They want to matter, okay? They want to be looked at as impactful or influential onto your identity. They worried, nervous, concerned, in paranoia, in insomnia, in loss of sleep, loss of appetite right now, because they are unable to get into your energy. They are unable to reach you. They are unable to connect to you. You are out of reach or far away, emotionally distant, mentally detached. You're spiritually ascended, okay? You're physically cold, aloof, okay? But these are people that want to be exactly where you are. We have the Empress in the reverse. The reason they want to be exactly where you are is because they're recognizing and realizing and awakening to your truth, being that whatever they try to paint you as is something that they're facing as a personal issue and as a personal problem. They're recognizing, realizing, and awakening to that truth, that they were always the problem and the issue. Because in the end, they never affected you the way they wanted, the way they thought and felt they could, or the way they would have, should have, could have. We have the Muse of Materials, the Muse of Pentacles here. Because now, that same stench or that same signature that you lift onto their energy, which is fear, is making them want to be exactly like you. We have the Muse of Emotions, the Muse of Cups. They want to tap into your energy or tap into your mind or tap into your heart, tap into your walk, your journey, your chapter of life, and reach you where you are, or connect to you where you are, or be exactly who you are. They can't accept what they're living. We have the Muse of Materials, the Muse of Pentacles. They can't come to terms with what their reality is, or their world, or their life, because of what yours is. So the more they look at you, the more they have to reflect on themselves, or readdress, or reassess, or rebrand, revamp themselves, because you are in constant motion. You can't be stopped. You are an unstoppable force. You are a force to be reckoned with. You are something or someone to rarely be feared. And as you continue on to this path, it's easy for these people to still not want to recognize, realize, and acknowledge what they've done. Because the more you are in constant motion of your evolution, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, they have to catch up. They have to keep climbing or maintaining or upkeeping or appearances, image, caliber, reputation, the energy of a mask, okay, false person energy. They have to keep being in these illusions until you come around, and the illusion must disintegrate. The illusion must leave, or the lie must be exposed. Something must be revealed as soon as you're around. You bring in that fire, that chemistry, or you ignite those stars, the moon, the sun energy. You call upon truth. You are justice, you are balance, or you are restoration, nourishment, vindication. That's in your name, or your household name, or you have a spiritual bounty, okay? Ancestors and spirit guides and ascended masters from afar, or in your lineage, in your bloodline, that really assert themselves on a daily basis to just solely live to protect you. That's what they live for. That's what they are here, your protection. So protection isn't, oh, something happened, something will, something might. It's not about anything or anyone. It's about the role they're playing. They're meant to be your shield, your cover. They're meant to be your cloak. They're meant to guide you to the right direction. You are never meant to fall into anything that doesn't have to do with who you are meant to be. Whoever tries to sway you towards a different direction or path or compass because of their hatred or evil or wicked or jealousy, they always pay for it with their life, is what I coincidentally just heard. So there's always a mental check that is written in your name every time a hater comes around. There's always a emotional bank statement that is due in your name whenever a hater comes around. There's always a spiritual cost or a physical price that must be paid up. Someone must pay when it comes to you. Like, someone must pay. That's why they're in the Nine of Swords energy. Worried, anxious, paranoid, and insomnia, loss of appetite, loss of sleep. Just in constant paralysis of this fear. It's rigid, it's stagnant, it's stuck, it's kept there. It's entrapment, it's bondage, bound energy. It's like they can't get rid of it. It's an attachment. It's a cord, it's a soul tie. It's a rope, and it keeps them right where they're at, and they're forced to bow. They're forced to be in respect, because when they're alone behind the scenes, they know what they feel and think. When they're around people, they know what they must try or illusionize or pretend or act like they feel and think, because it's public. But within lies the truth. Internally lies. So there must be a reality activation. Reality must be activated to say, hey, stop lying, or stop faking, or stop being phony and faux. Stop wearing that optical delusion that you try to paint unto other people. Because they're trying to put something on you, or they tried, or it's just been a common theme where they don't want to accept that nothing can happen to you. No harm, no weapon form, no person, no thought, no emotion that you can't conquer. You will always be a conqueror. So they all up in their head, all up in their mind, all up in their brain, all up in their thoughts about you, because they're living this horror of a life. They're living this horror of a movie, or horror of a terror of their reality. They're living this tormenting, dormant truth of their masks. Snakes in the grass. they have to assess themselves, and they don't want to, because they like, why are you the truth? Why do you hold that baton of truth, or that badge of honor? Or why are you an official person? Why are you the privileged lady, privileged man? Why are you in that position, or that predicament, or that situation, or that scenario? Why are you there? So much from this Nine of Swords energy channeling. So much from this one energy channeling. And now it's something they have to live with. They can't say, oh, whatever. There's no whatever. They can't ignore it. They can't pretend or act. They can't be in ignorance or oblivion. It's a truth that is haunting and follows them like their own shadow. It's a reality that is shadow-based. They should have chose to stay in the light with the energy they sent your way, or the person they chose to become in your reality, or the world they built off of your name, or whatever they tried to send into your identity, your face, and throw in your life. Because in the end, nothing came from it outside of misery, sadness, melancholy, somber energy. Now they dismally failed in doing this, to the extent that there's nothing left for them to do. They just have to suffer and bow, suffer and bow, suffer and bow. While they have to be on their knees, we have the Empress in the reversed. Be on their knees. That's the season of life they're in. You're in a different season. They're in bowing season. People must bow to you. It's time for them to recognize, realize, awaken. It's time for them to see. Because now, there's nothing that can take away from you, because they failed. They tried. They did what they did, and it chose itself in their life, because that was their decision and choice. And now they have to sit in that, stand on that, live in that, sleep in that, with that, do that, speak that, feel that, think that. When all they want to do now is just say, no, I should have never. Look, I'm sorry. Now they want to call, text, show up, meet up, link up. Now they want to debunk or decipher, debrief the energy. They want to talk. They want conversations. Now they want to make peace. Now they want to say, oh, you know what? I should have rather, I would have rather, I could have rather, stuttering, speech impediment, unable to vocalize, express, just nothing there. There's nothing there when it comes to these people. They can't offer you anything, give you anything. They can't do anything for you. They drinking their own potions, or they need an elixir, cure, and antidote to their own hatred, jealousy, and envy, because living with it is something they can't do. They failing dismally. They literally can't do it at all. It's something that they can't defeat, because they'd be defeating themselves, because that's their energy, right? So they manifested that, they called upon that, they reached for it, they conjured it, they spoke it, felt it, and thought about it. And so it belongs to them. While you are beautiful, sophisticated, elegant, attractive, handsome, while you are in bliss, they're in ignorance. But they say ignorance is bliss. While you're glowing, leveling up, they're losing themselves or their spirit. Or something keeps going away from them or their identity or their face. Or it keeps being taken from them, their own energy. Because when they sent what they sent out, they signed a contract, and now they have to, meet the demands, or it's going to collect in blood. It's going to collect in the red. It's gonna come in red. It's gonna come in unalived energy, coffin energy, casket energy. It's gonna meet them right there. And at that point, nothing and no one will help them. Because they walked that path. That was their journey. That was their disguise, is what I clairaudiently just heard, channeling. They took it upon themselves to walk this path. They took it upon themselves to be on this journey. They took it upon themselves to be on this destiny, fate, and purpose. And now they can't reach out to anyone and say, hey, I'm sorry, but I need your help because I did this to that person. Because who cares that they did what they did to you? Who's gonna step out of their element to just submerge themselves in such darkness? Because they're in a dark place. Who's gonna meet them there? You telling me somebody's gonna uproot themselves from their reality world in life and say, oh, let me take on your darkness because you messed with an earth angel, or you messed with a high honor official person, high vibrational frequency and wavelength person. You messed with a real one, an original, because you're a skinwalker, you're a mimic, a clone, a copycat, a duplicate, a wannabe, a hater. No, I'm not gonna do that. Who's gonna do that? You yourself, with your good, kind, friendly heart, mind, wouldn't do that either. You know better than to include yourself in other people's demons. Because it's their demons. They're literally having to take accountability. It's like, oh, you felt that, so live in those emotions. Live in what you feel. Who's gonna save you? What's gonna save you? Instead, if you don't stand on this, you have to be bloodshed. Emotionally, mentally, there will have to be trauma, pain, hurt, torment, haunting. Just demonic energy will follow. Because, oh, remember, you sent it out. So when it returns to sender, it returns as you spoke and felt and thought it to be, conjured and manifested and concocted it to be. But it comes with interest. It comes with more than what you bargained for. Because now they don't have, it's not just living with, oh, I sent this, I spoke and felt and thought this. It's, oh, what it has to come with. What it has to do with. What it is. Or how it is. Now looking at you is just something they can't do. Muse of inspiration, muse of wands. All these rumors drifting around, and I don't like the way they sound. All these rumors drifting around, and I don't like the way they sound. Your voice has authority. Your voice has dignity, morals, integrity, values. Your voice has traditions and ethics. Their voice is demonic, hateful, vindictive, calculated, analytical for all the wrong reasons, cold, diabolical, ugly. God don't like ugly. God don't like ugly. God don't like ugly. Evil eye energy, Malakio energy. Nothing can happen to you, literally. It's something very, 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 very noble about what is meant for you. It's straightforward. That nobility, it's like when you're walking this path, there's a deliberate or intentional universal alignment that you're in sync, in tune with, synchronistic with. It's blatant. It's right what it needs to be. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. No one can fiff and faff about it, even you. No one can destroy, sabotage, delay anything for you. It happens just as it should. Now you got stalkers, page of voices, page of swords, lurkers, lookers, observers, studiers of your identity behind the scenes. As they lurk and look and study and observe and stalk you, they literally have to live as your lookers, your lurkers, your studiers, your observers, your stalkers. Claiming that you should have turned out like this, or they once knew you as this, or the future will be like this. Just lies and fiction and delusion energy. Fantasy, not reality. And there's nothing about you that's like that. You are who you are because you are who you are. There's nothing that can affect that, impact that, influence that. And no one either. So as you roam in their brain every day, you have a house in their mind, you have residence in their whole entire thought process. You have premises in their brain chemical activity. You exist in their mind, in their heart, in their spirit, in their body. They have to feed into this energy. That's why they stalk. That's why they lurk. That's why they look. That's why they observe. That's why they want you to now relate and resonate. All of a sudden, they want to change the face and destiny and purpose of what they spoke and felt and thought. What they did, ways they acted, just pretending, pretentious. It's them though. It's like, how are you trying to all of a sudden lie and say it never happened? Because you want to be free. Something is so binding, it's suffocating for them. And they feel like if they speak the truth, they'll be free. If they speak the truth, they'll be free. So at this time, you're in an era, a chapter, a league of life where people are going to be coming towards you and speaking their truth. Finally, or now there's no choice left. That's why they have to make that decision. It's a must. They have to confess. There's a dark cloud over them. There's bad energy over them. There's bad omens, bad synchronicities, banshee, the spirit of death, the spirit of unalive, the spirit of decay and rot. Everything perishes and becomes unruly. Everything towers down, fires down, waters down, air's down. Everything depletes, and there's no resurrection, there's no risen, there's no up, just down the rabbit hole they go. And digging a grave for themselves is what they did when they sent you this energy, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or physically. Whatever was said, spoken, and felt and thought, they sent it, they have to deal with it. Because they dibbled and dabbled and fiddled and twiddled in it. There's nothing that can be done about that at all. So you know what to do. You have boundaries, you have rules. You don't care if they're ashamed, embarrassed, or humiliated, because as they should. As they should. As they should be. This was your message from the divine. I'm grateful for your time, and I thank you so much for joining me, beloved. To those keen or interested, I offer personal readings. If you want to book me for a personal reading, you'll find my email listed in my description box below. I'm grateful for your time once again, beloved. Thank you for joining me. Goodbye.